Okay, y'all. So now we back in here with Gucci versus Pooh Shiesty. This is crazy, but not crazy. So I'm not sure what kind of contract Gucci had with Pooh Shiesty for him to want to leave, but clearly he wanted out. Not for nothing, but Gucci truly supported Pooh while he was locked up, and he was keeping his name trending at the same time. Because I remember that. I remember it all about still being in the blogs. But for some reason, Pooh said to himself that I would do anything to be released from this contract, and his dad was just as involved. Big 30 as well. The things that a parent would do for his child is crazy. You would think that his dad would have steered him in the right direction, but he was in on it too. But to go to the studio and hold this man hostage, which is Gucci, make him sign for you to be released and then rob him is crazy. And not to mention, you're on probation and house arrest, I think, for like 63 months, and you're violating your probation. That's just crazy. What's the point? Some of y'all are some just horrible criminals. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Gucci artists do always come up deceased for some odd reason, and I wonder if Pooh just thought about that because he's had a few. Gucci has had a few of his artists come up deceased, and I think that he be having insurance, life insurance on it, and on them, and he gets paid out all this money. That's just my thought process. I'm not sure. I be feeling like, how do you have all your artists and then they end up coming up deceased? And they always say that you make more money off a person when they deceased than they are alive. So I'm not sure what was going on, or did Gucci have him just in the worst contract ever? And if you just want out the contract, why do you need to rob him like you just needed his jewelry? Why not just get the paper signed? Why not just have a conversation? Something is not clean in the buttermilk on this situation. Did they have a conversation, and it didn't go well? Y'all really need to stop with the shenanigans. Y'all got to stop thinking that the way you handle real business is with GUNs, because that's just not the way you handle real business. This ain't that. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. This ain't Call of Duty. This ain't a video game. This ain't a drug deal. This is contracts being clear and money being made in a different lane. But this shows the lack of integrity and understanding in the greatest way. This shows how people have not moved out of the hood. I don't care how much money you got. Your mentality is still always sitting in the hood. And it also appears that people are upset with Gucci for snitching. Yes, he does preach, don't snitch, don't snitch. I'm not going to snitch. And he's going to snitch. But listen, he is definitely going to tell. He's definitely going to tell. He felt played by his artist, by an artist he was writing for when the artist was locked up, by an artist that he was supporting while he was locked up. Pooh is going back to jail for not being a smart person and being one of the dumbest criminals. Can you imagine the conversation he's probably having with himself right now? I know he's having a conversation with himself because I just did something stupid the other morning, and I had a conversation with myself for quite some time all day. So I can only imagine that he's having a dumbass conversation with himself and asking himself, how stupid can he be? And was it really that freaking worth it? Probably not. He's probably understanding how it wasn't that serious. And I'm not sure what to say about his mama, but yikes. The mama is definitely praying to the big guys. But ma'am, not today, ma'am. Not to me. It won't happen, sugar. Not today. Your son is an idiot. Okay, and it shows that you all have not been a great role model in his life to help him change his mindset, because he is still out here making poor decisions with all of that money. You saw him with all of that money, and instead of you telling him to get his business endeavors in order, you are allowing him to just give you a couple dollars here and there and run off into the sunlight doing what you want to do instead of having conversations with him about growing his brand. He will be going to jail, ma'am, for his name, Shiesty. Because he was out here still being shiesty. Y'all have to watch the names that y'all put on yourselves. Y'all have to watch the energy that y'all keep yourselves around. And the dad is no different, because he's just as shiesty. He's Big Daddy Shiesty. Mama is Big Mama Shiesty. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not praising my name to be Shiesty, when now I know that I'm going to do Shiesty things, because the mentality does not change. You all have to start changing the mentality of what you're doing, because this man was just locked up, got out of jail, and now he's going back, and he may be getting life. You may be getting life. Hey, you never know when someone is really doing bad mentally. A lot of times, yeah, you can have the money, but you're mentally not aware of what's going on in your life, and that you're really doing bad. So in this situation, I don't pray for anyone. You all deserve what you're going to get. Gucci is out here snitching. Stop listening to his music. Tell him that you shouldn't be snitching. He's telling you that it's okay to snitch, and people are going to be on his head about snitching from now on. Until then, I am out.